Hey yo, is this thing on? Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy Rich right here, Southern Cali. The Outlaws are back. If you didn't know, well now you know. This is the best show on the block. Guaranteed to be the best. Some else, some new, some original, something to get you to break outside the box. Reestablish your mindset. Reanalyze the norm, get you to think, implement, strategize, re-strategize, blueprint, put it all into effect, and see what you come up with as we do our best to enhance and rearrange the life that we live. Now, when it comes to really enjoying the life we live, I've come to find that internal peace is more important or just as important, or it's a foundational fucking established piece you should not skip. So it's not just a cliche, it's something that a lot of people have experienced, not just me, but you can have it all. Basically, you hit the epitome of a good life. Like you're doing pretty well for yourself and there's nothing to complain about. The normal standard people who have certain type of like dynamics, because some people don't have the same reality perspective, right? So if you put yourself on some type of playing field, on a normal person standard, right? So the normal day-to-day job person, right? They're like a certain level that you can reach in this lifestyle that once you hit it, it's like, wow, they're doing pretty fucking good for themselves. They're doing pretty well for themselves. But it's not easy. It's very difficult because establishing yourself and putting yourself into the right scenarios to have all the pieces of the puzzle fit and start producing a portrait that's actually beautiful to enjoy is very difficult. It's very difficult. For one, location. So we have to research if we want. This is methodically, strategically planning your life. Okay, strategically planning your life 101. Okay, so we have to choose a location. Where do we want to live? What environment do we want to be in? What do we want to experience? We're a product of our community. So what type of community are we injecting ourselves into to be one of the, you know what I mean, one of the members? So I went ahead and took a pick. I'm gonna pick LA. Why? For a fucking humongous amounts of reasons. And to this point right now, overall, I think I made a good decision. Yet it's not a utopian heaven on earth society. It really isn't. It's got its struggles, it's got its good and its bad. It's got its rough around the edges moments. It's got its dangerous moments. It's got its adrenaline packed moments. It's got the areas of town that seem like it's approachable, but at the end of the day, it might not be. It's got areas of town that are beautiful beyond belief, but the quality of living, the price ranges are just a little bit too high for certain job category financial criterias. And so you have a really overwhelming decision to make. You establish the regional area of where you want to live. Now you're actually pinpointing locations and what's in those certain environments that actually makes the location worth approaching and going after. So for one, you would have like parks, hospitals, a easy access to like grocery stores and gas stations. Maybe a library, maybe if you get online and look at the community, if they have like community billboards online, just look at the events that they have in the area surrounding certain locations that you're interested in choosing. The selection is broad, and after a little bit you start narrowing down your options. Now once you start noticing these locations, you're gonna have to look at the financial bracket. And from off the top of my head, they say that we're supposed to find a place to live that only costs us about one third of our monthly wages, monthly expense, our income, right? So that right there is gonna be homework. You gotta know math. You gotta know math to fucking get these calculations out. You have to get a budget spreadsheet. You gotta know where you're putting all your money, and you gotta know what chunks you have set aside and put apart for what, and then go from there, right? And then that, once you get these numbers, it'll basically tell you what areas you can and cannot get into due to your financial circumstances, situations. Unless you start roommating, you know what I mean? If you get roommates, then that's another scenario to put into place. You're gonna have to deal with a bunch of personalities in the house. Now that could be a positive or negative. It's up to the scenarios, right? But me, I had roommates at first. Then I ended up in a small, tiny studio, and the roommates weren't bad. I had roommates in that period of time coming in and out, different ones. Some of them were better than others, but it was not the worst situation. It was a house full of men. It was I. It was I. I was working all the time. I came home, and my my actual room established roommates. They were really cool. And then I got my own tiny place, and it was cool. But the complex, the apartment complex, the area and shit like that, it was kind of very it like broke the peace. There was like lack of peace. That kind of what it was. It kind of felt off. So I put in the research and I found another place, and now I'm able to go home and live on my own in a better environment. It's a bigger space, nicer place. It got the kitchen, it's got the hallway, it's got my bathroom, it's got my room, it's got private access driveway. Then I got 2 parking spots. I don't have to get off the car when I check in to get in the gate. All that shit, all that shit. Um, that was something that I worked towards, and so now I'm living in an area where most things are convenient. Downtown is really close if you like that type of stuff. I'm right next to Hollywood, really close to Beverly Hills. Um, Chinatown's not too far. I'm talking about places that I really enjoy going to. Venice Beach, Santa Monica is only a 30-minute drive away, type thing. And so I ended up routing myself strategically to a position that I'm very comfortable and happy with, along the lines that the environment of the property is very peaceful, and there's a family that rents to me. It's an older couple and their daughter, and the daughter's the one that got me in, and me, and that basically it. It's a really nice situation, and I got adopted by a Korean family, so I'm basically Korean now. Yeah, yeah, South Korean, yo. Yeah. So I'm basically officially a full blown South Korean. And when I go to church, I go to South Korean church, Church of Joy, right there on Western in K Town, Koreatown. hmm So I still don't know my root language and dialect or whatever, but I do see myself as a part of this family. When I went through the whole process of getting in, I was welcomed in as part of the family, and the experience has been the best experience to date when it comes to home environments. And that's a story of me encouraging you to take your life, um, and mold it and shape it into what you desire. So you put out your heartfelt desires into the universe, and you work towards your heartfelt desires. And if the essence is pure enough, if your focus is well aimed enough, and if your intentions are honestly, genuinely fucking innocent, the universe has a way of rewarding you with what you want. Odd, huh? It does. So we have these scenarios where, like, we see people and they're corrupt and all kinds of shit, and you're like, how come all the bad people always get what they want? I mean, I'm not necessarily saying yes and no, but on another dynamic, this is another way to tap into universal miracles, blessings, and anointings. So when we follow these structures and we follow these rules and we implement these strategies, we tend to receive from life. We tend to start living a life of abundance, and we start living a life of gratitude with open arms, because life starts responding to our frequency, as they call energy frequency, right? Where's our energy going? Where's our effort being put into? Where's our mindset at? Like, what are we learning? What are we becoming masters of? Because that is your area of expertise, and that's where you'll shine. That's where your talents and gifts will be rewarded to you. So, y'all, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hopefully having a great day above beyond epic, better than average, better than original, stupendous, glorious, blessed. And it's Friday morning in East LA, y'all. It's Friday morning in East LA. This is the place to be. It's so peaceful, beautiful, lovely, and the food is delicious. That's all I gotta say about that. The food in East LA is fucking amazing. And because I'm Latin, I got a soft spot for Latin food. That's basically where I'm at. And whenever I'm out here and, I'm running amok and kind of basically a townie tourist, I still have the mentality of going out and exploring our community. I have a lot of fun, and the people, to be honest, for the most part, like, there's only been a couple experiences where I've had a bad time, but it was like weird. It was weird to the point where, like, I've seen people who in the past we had conflict, and it was like no beef, no nothing. We recognize each other and everything, but it was kind of like, wow, really? Okay, whatever, let it go. It was like that because it was some fucking shit that was going on in the past. I don't want to put it on camera and put the fucking finger on me and expose things that I shouldn't be exposing about life in general. Right? The past is the past. We'll leave it there. But there was an area where, like, conflict did start, and it did get kind of sketchy, and there was a twist of emotions that weren't always positive, but it wasn't negative either. It was just a couple of people, and there was a couple of misunderstandings, but in time it kind of worked itself out or whatnot. I saw him not too long ago. We're at the park together. The whole fucking community came together at the park. It was sick. It was sick. Over there by the Chinatown Park. No, my people over there for sure. They took care of me. They fed me, gave me money, gave me a place. I mean, I didn't give me a home to sleep that night because I'm not that guy to leech on people, but I was offered a lot of support, and I did it solo as a man, my way or whatnot, whatever. When it came to, like, where to sleep, where to live, whatever, right? But when it came to being humble and letting people help and support me and give me those inspiring, life-changing words, those conversations that really hit me deep and got me to think about my sobriety and letting go of alcohol permanently and changing the course of my life, right? My trajectory. Them, they really came through above and beyond. They really made a difference and a humongous impact in my life. And that was the area of town where I was shown so much fucking love and support, even when I was wrong. The point of the matter is that I was not right. I was wrong. I was wrong for consuming so much alcohol. I was wrong for smoking 20 blunts of weed a day. I was wrong for running amok all day. I was wrong for a lot of things. I was wrong for avoiding my responsibilities. I was wrong for not maintaining my personal hygiene. I was wrong for not sustaining a job and having a formal established living quarters to come home to at night and be safe and have a place to invite my friends over. I was wrong. And they didn't sit there and scold me, harass me, taunt me, or treat me like less of a human being. They showed up with food. They showed up with weed. They showed up with money. I'm being honest. They gave me a lot of fucking weed. They showed up with food. They showed up with weed. They showed up with money. Some of the girls would show up and give me hugs, support, conversations. They'd see me at the coffee shop. Some of the girls would show up and give me coffees, pastries, money's on the side, conversations, beautiful smiles, nice looks. They would see me looking at them like a little fucking like a little pervert looking at something I could never attain, right? And they would let me just peep them, knowing that I knew my boundaries and all I really wanted to do was just kind of like fantasize. And I would sit there fantasizing on the same girls helping me, but I would respectfully keep my distance, knowing that just because a female comes to talk to me, and just because the female's nice to me, and just because a female is showing some type of powerfully beautiful positive emotion towards me, doesn't mean she's sexually attracted to me and want to fuck me, especially being a bum on the streets, right? Especially having a fucking ton of females doing this for me consistently. So I think they all just like me. I like that guy that they all want to come and help and support. That's the guy that they all want in their life. But he a fucking embarrassment. He fucking, you know what I mean? Like, to bring this motherfucker around, he basically strung out, addicted, holding up a sign on the fucking road next to the freeway, and I caught myself hearing that they would do things and go out of their way to come help me, and they would do things and drive all the way across fucking LA to come see me at least once a week. It was odd how much of a great thing I had going on for me. And right now I don't have that. I don't have that type of popularity, support, and tribe going on. And this is one way to reach out to them. If they happen to randomly run into my videos, I don't look the same, obviously. Then I'm so grateful for y'all. So, anyways, that's how life rewards you. It rewarded me with good people who put me on the right track. So those circumstances turn into these video circumstances, and I bet you there's someone out there and they need somebody who took the time out of their day to come and give them some words of encouragement and support. And here I am, the same way someone did it for me. Here I am for you, and I'm consistent with it. And I take time out of my day to upload these videos, at least hopefully once a day, 5 times a week type shit, so that we could grow and mature together and level up our skills and create a tribe, even if it's just a virtual tribe, and accomplish big things in this world and leave a legacy worth remembering. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do this weekend, but I've been on Instagram, right? I've been on Instagram, and there's a lot of different events in the community and a bunch of different things that I'm open-minded and looking into trying out and scheduling in. I gotta go get like a schedule planner and all kinds of shit. When you're actually fucking starting to build regiments and schedules and shit, and incorporating certain aspects into your lifestyle, it's difficult to get started. You know what I mean? You have to like really like, oh, okay, during the weekend I wash clothes, clean my room, do this, do this, do this, do that, all kinds of shit, right? I have to do this and set aside time to do that, on top of set aside finances and all this shit, right? That's how adults schedule shit. They don't just impulsively add things to their schedule they can't afford. That's dumb, because then you're not gonna have food, money for food to eat the next upcoming week, right? So for me, when I'm picking and choosing my hobbies and my interests, I focus on my budget. You know what I mean? There's a few things I'm interested in, and my budget will let me know which one is more accessible and more enjoyable. Because the last thing I want to do is pick an activity like fucking snowboarding, and there ain't no mountains, there ain't no snow close to me, and the equipment are gonna cost me a nut and a half, and then I'm gonna have to invest money in gas and lodging and also the membership fees and whatnot and everything else in order to get the thrill on to enjoy my hobby. Plus, you're gonna need that ride time experience to get good at your hobby. So it's gonna be a good amount of time before you actually start enjoying the real deal adventure that you set out to from the beginning. But since it's so pricey for the normal standard day-to-day working human being to afford this hobby, it might not be something for you. It might not be something for you. It's like fucking saying, "Oh, I want to get a horse and play lacrosse or polo." Nah, you can't afford $10,000 a month to feed the horse. Not on a normal worker salary. So, anyways, y'all, that my video for the day. Hopefully, you have a great fucking day, great fucking weekend. I hope you stay cheerful, optimistic, and look forward to blessings, miracles, and God's straight up anointing to rain down from heaven above. And I'm gonna do my best to see if I could drop you some videos and see where we could go from here for the weekend. And yeah, have a great day. I'll catch y'all later.